Okay. I hate running into Quake and Incursions so much. That's fine. What do you do? Moderately annoying, but not a big deal. Cool. Let's go that way. Ugh, the stupid camera rotation. All right, there we go. Funny how deja vu weakness is one of those nodes that is like terrifying on a fight that you are scared of. An absolute godsend when you need to heal. Hey Law, how's it going? Ouch. I tried to cancel into the heavy. I shouldn't have done that. Like it's almost never safe after the second medium, but also she had a bar. It was just stupid. Just getting amped up for Friday, feeling overwhelmed with all the stuff. Sale always brings me joy. That's awesome. It's gonna be a fun one. I got the calculator up in a in another window, and I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely insane. I am 4 out of 6 on Necro, but Battlegrounds is back, and I haven't touched the side quest. Dude, there's so much to do. I haven't touched the side quest either. I've done almost none of the duels or whatever necessary. It's uh, yeah, I'm right there with you, man. It's weird because I feel like the better the game gets, the more the side quest feels like an annoyance to me. Like the rewards are almost always good enough that it's worth doing to a pretty large extent, but just like, do I have to do it now? That's awesome. Well, I hope you do get her. Okay, safeguard is fine. We have like 7 million dot hacks. cable is going to be easier. Yeah. That is a bit annoying, but I think still fine. I'm not sure we want to deal with a Spider-Man at this point. Yeah. And like obviously the reason that it's not built that way, Law, is bluntly, I don't think this is like secret insider knowledge to a lot of people. It's to encourage engagement, right? Regular engagement. And like that's good game design as a whole, but for people like you and me who are on this game every single day for probably a minimum of an hour, it's just like, look, you already have me. You don't need to play this game to keep me. See, I legitimately enjoy Incursions Fire. The key to me is I just don't worry about. Ouch. I tried to dex out of that combo and it just was not letting me have it. I don't worry about zone 25. Because I think that's what makes incursions not fun. Thanks, Travis. See, I want to use Maw, but the falter thing actually makes Photon better for this. Okay, throw. It's so satisfying. Take care, Fire. Thanks for stopping by. How's the reception to the Valiant early access been? I honestly haven't picked up all that much of it, so I'm not sure. I think it's probably fair to say mixed. Perfect. Almost. Okay, apparently he gets rid of the falter before the last hit has a chance to apply 3 degens instead of 2. That is annoying. But certainly not The end of the world, holy crud, that heavy should not have landed, you absolute jerk. To buy at least one of everyone. Well, I should clarify law that like yeah, I mean I think you get it because you said $100, but like yeah, it's just like it consolidates it all into one. But yeah, I'm probably gonna start buying those for early access for my stuff. At least until I truly do feel 6 stars don't matter. Because like if I had been Valiant and we had had that deal for Kashala, I would have snapped it up in an instant. I mean, I I threw 9,000 units at her, right? Hoping for a 6 star as much as for a 7 star almost, and I don't have her. And I don't have time for arena. Yeah, Travis, she's been absolutely crushing it to the point where I think some of the quest designers are a little annoyed with me. You do have to play her well, but it's also a great learning ground for how to play her well. It's fine. Photon can heal on that and that. Cool. Valiant's getting one special deal for Black Friday. Um, two. That was set. Whoops, sorry. Dang it. I'm just hitting stuff today. But yeah, Valiant's getting two. That was said on the live stream. But no, it's not like there's no Valiant Odin, right? Easy. Not bad for a 50% cowardice being active. Good lord. Alright, I'm just gonna ride this for healing for a little bit. Oh, I guess we could have just the next one also has debuffs, so we can heal there as well. Yeah, SYC, exactly. Like, she got attention because she was tuned to be relevant in Battlegrounds. And, like, that was an intentional choice that I didn't go rogue on. Like, that was with balance approval, right? But there was always runway. And I think that, like, there is an alternate world where we just gave up on her battlegrounds usage, but she was probably like good enough in war, and then Kate would have been one of those people where people just kind of ignored her. It was like, okay, well, yeah, DLL's taking Path 5 with his Kate. Sure, she looks good there and only there, but she's not actually that good. And then Necropolis would have come out and they would have been like, oh, okay, she's actually solid. But like, she probably wouldn't have shown as brightly here. I don't know. I think this is the better route. I don't personally think she's not too strong, but I understand why we're having the conversation. Hey, Wolf. Hey, Bean. Whoops. I'm gonna die. I thought we were over the line. Literally just two more. Every time I ride for healing, I just get bopped in the mouth. Clearly, I should have ridden for healing longer. I wouldn't have messed up that. Okay, there's healer hide on this one. That should be fine. Dude! I... Multiple dexes that did nothing. That's actually really frustrating. Oh, I should have used Doom. Yeah, I've just undone everything. Yeah, this is not gonna work. I'm so annoyed about those missed dexes with Photon. I'm not gonna freaking revive for a Zone 5 run. Yeah, Wong looks really good, easy. I need to watch some of them more in depth for, like, to prep for my paths as well. I guess, Hanach. I haven't seen any Aegon runs that are close to efficient enough to make me feel bad about the fact that he works. Yeah, it's just... Ah! Sorry that this is taking so long. I can't use my mediums. Dang it. Okay. I survived. Okay, that seems fine. I think I'd rather that one. We can try and heal on the Iron Fist. Yeah, I'm for sure bringing Wong for Gallon. He's better than any of my other options. That's hilarious. It triggered what, like 3 Lazarus charges? And then just dead again? Oh my god. Proves why Nick has to get rid of everything to go into his second life. Good lord. Yeah, easy. It's an impressive list for sure. Hey, Kaitu. Our efficiency is actually going to be very helpful in this fight. We're not going to heal. But that's okay. Bro. He's so much fun. Wong, Zemo, Kate, Juggernaut, and either Chavez or Gore. It's a good team. If you're bringing Kate, who is Zemo for? Out of curiosity. Because I'd be pretty tempted personally to drop Zemo and bring both Chavez and Gore. Hey, Adam. Happy early Turkey Day. Oh, no, wait. 4 minutes ago. Happy Turkey Day. That's fine. That's annoying, but that's fine. It's also fine. Yeah, better that than Ricochet Tigra. Jesus. No, thank you. Okay, let's take Herc, because Quake at this point is just a bit too risky. I did know SYC. We've got one in my battle group. But yeah, I'm jealous. Hoping I can get one of the two, Kushala and Photon, out of my Titans when it rolls over. Man, by the time by the time the next build ships, I'm gonna be so sick of this stage and the stupid camera angle. Not great with Kate yet, familiar with Zemo. That does make sense. Hey, TT. I don't know that I'd fully agree with that, SYC. I've definitely seen some 2 and 3 Zemo teams do very well. You do not need the quartet. I do think the first extra one helps, yeah. Took my 7-star Kashala to rank 2, cooked a Hulkling. Nice. How many artifacts do I have? I am not going to be up for long, so don't expect much here, but let's go ahead and do 1, maybe 2 matches. I have no idea who's scary in this meta. Well, if we see Toad again, we're grabbing him. Um, did the Paragauntlet yesterday, pulled a 6-star Torch from the Nexus, and a Venom from the 7-star. Nice. Yeah, Maw. Who, funnily enough, haven't seen in this draft, and they just drafted him. I feel like that happens way too freaking often. But good reason to grab Scorpion, so. Not even sure I remember how to use Scorpion. It's been so long. Why did I do that? Too far. Way too far. See, I'm way out of practice. It's totally just because I haven't played Scorpion in a while, and not because it was obvious and stupid. Healer Hide is a godsend, and we got lucky with the Pilfer. 23 days of inactivity? I think that's probably fair. Every time you ask me a question like this, I find myself going, when was the last time I logged in? Have I redone my relics from Necro? Asking me? I barely moved any of them around. Most of them lined up well with what I already had. So I think it's probably... Like, I did a quick look, but nothing deep. Friend with his new rank 3 bishop hasn't seen him in 7 games. Yeah. Funny how that works sometimes. Hey, Silver. I want to kill Monger Dupes so badly. If I dupe him in the sales on Friday, he is going to rank 3. Minor a wreck. Really don't love this. That's not what I expected. Gosh darn it. Okay. Successfully got through the 1. Not quick at all. I mean, no idea what they were thinking, but I need to clean that one up because I'll probably have to do it again. The most polite cursing I've ever heard. I try to maintain a filter for the stream. I've been told a couple times that people have me up while their kids are around. I'm certainly more successful sometimes than others. Metropolis was fun. I want to go back in, but need to build up resources. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I am. Pulling Shuri would also make a difference. Not a huge difference. I actually kind of got the best paths for her out of the way early, but a difference. You're probably worth deleting. I don't know. I definitely have the upper hand here. Just took him off the top there. But left long shot open. I don't think you want to pit your, what is that, an unduped rank 4 against my ascended rank 5? Not sure. Oh, I have seen that, Kaito. Is it normal? The word normal is doing a ton of lifting there, right? Can't believe you banned a 5-star. Hey man, there wasn't a whole lot going on there. Um, I will come back to that, Kaito. Oh, stop it. Like, you're not helping. I don't even know who I want. Probably that. Maybe I should have grabbed Killmonger. I think I should have grabbed Killmonger. Reed is great, but I don't really have target, or I didn't really have targets for him. I think we're still in good shape here. Might need another skill champion to handle somebody like Quicksilver. Technically, Killmonger can take Quicksilver. Maybe we do that. Yeah, I think we do that. He's probably going on defense, but it's a good thing to practice too. Face 2 people who used Morbius for my Atuma. I think there are definitely some people who somehow haven't realized the tactic changed in the last week when there was no battlegrounds. Hey, Aiden. Yeah, finished my run. Yeah, it is. Monseigneur. Thank you. This is risky. Between him and Korg, is he the better call unduped? I think so, yes. I have an unduped Korg as well. What did you do? Quicksilver is a decent long shot option. It's funny, Abdo. How's it going, man? Ate a special one. If he ate a special one and he hadn't kept Longshot out of Pure of Heart with Quicksilver, then I'm still confused. Kaitu's question first, then yours, Hanach. There's a whole lot going on in what both of y'all are saying. Okay, I can get better at that, but that wasn't terrible. Um, hey Juan, how's it going? Not incursions was still better than a farming stream. Good luck. Good luck with the grind. Okay, so a couple of questions. Number one, is it normal for the AI to full dex Quicksilver's special one? So the thing is, if you think about what the AI is able to do, right? When you are in your special animation, it knows you are in your special animation. It knows, just as you do, that trying to attack you won't do anything. At least I'm pretty sure that it understands that. And so its options are basically block or run away. My guess is that when there are incoming projectiles, which I know is how Quicksilver's special one is coded, each of the hymns that runs at the opponent is actually a projectile from an art perspective. Um, when there are incoming projectiles, I imagine the AI can pick up on that at least a little bit and go, you know what, now is a good time to dodge. Victor, all of this is random. This, like, don't come at me with, like, counterfactuals because this is not an exact science and you're not being productive. Um, but the point is that, like, if those incoming projectiles tell the AI now is a good time to dodge, okay, well, then they dodge once, and now there's another one incoming, they dodge again, now there's another one incoming, they dodge again. So, like, it makes sense because to Dex Quicksilver's special one properly, you basically need to do it as, like, you need to time the first one right because you can't do the next input until your invulnerability frames from the dexterity and from the dodge animation end, and then you can input the next one, and then you can input the next one. There is time, but it's close, right? It makes sense that the AI would be able to dash back again as soon as they are done with that animation, right? And so, like, it makes sense. But at the same time, if the AI does everything that it is technically able to do because it has information and because the animation windows are open and it's possible to do the inputs, then they're going to be better, right? Because the AI is always going to be faster. And like I think what's happened and why the AI feels so fast lately is that like the old system that we had, it was kind of like the game was clunky enough that as time went on, or the game was clunky enough that it never really became a problem. But as things were cleaned up, both in our code and in Unity's, and as inputs got better and as phones got faster, it looks like the AI is getting smarter when really what it's doing is just doing what it's always done with like less noise. And so that's why it's starting to feel unfair, right? Because I've always said that if the AI plays as well as the player, this game will not be fun because they already have all the other advantages. They have higher stats, they have higher attack, they have higher defense, they have extra nodes and abilities we do not have access to. You do expect the defender to be playing at some kind of handicap from an execution standpoint. So then the question becomes, where do you draw the line? How good is the AI allowed to be? How frame perfect are they allowed to be? How intelligent are the decisions that they are allowed to make? And how do you program in those allowances, right? These questions are hard enough that like when we tell you we haven't been messing with the AI, we mean it because these questions are hard. Like we said in that post recently, we are going to start messing with it, but we are going to do so very slowly and carefully because of this. Like I I'm pretty confident that we don't think the AI should be able to full dex Quicksilver's special one. Um, but we need to figure out exactly how we're going to do that. Similarly, to kind of touch on Hanach's question, the AI being able to parry it all is not something that was ever consciously designed. It's kind of an emergent behavior because we gave the attacker the ability to behave or to parry. Think of like the unfazed mastery. The unfazed mastery, I'm quite confident, was designed as a counter to defenders who evade. It was okay, I'm fighting OG Spider Man in 2017, and he keeps evading me. That annoys me, so I want to go unstoppable so I can keep hitting him. And now nobody uses it offensively because it's not strong enough, but a lot of people use it defensively because it messes up offensive evades. That is not something that was consciously designed. Unfazed was not built as a defensive mechanic, but now it exists that way as something that just kind of happened, right? I think the defender being able to reparry is similar. Actually, the attacker being able to reparry is similar. That is not something that was intended. But because the attacker can reparry, so can the defender. And so you have to come up with rules that basically artificially makes the defender worse at reparrying than the attacker is. To an extent that, like, makes instances of reparry less frequent, but doesn't have other knock ons like making the AI block too much so that you can spam heavies. It's not really the gotcha that I think you think it is, Abdo. Because the problem there is simply that the AI is not actually stunned when they act, but the HUD still says they are. There's just a tiny bit of delay between the two, and that goes to exactly what I was saying about the game getting faster and phones getting faster and everything else getting better, right? Like, I also agree that shouldn't happen, but fixing it cleanly without a bunch of disastrous knock-ons is difficult. We're looking at it. The Also want to touch on Quicksilver's hitbox. That is another thing that's tricky because, like, there isn't. I've gone back and forth with the AI engineer, and, like, that shouldn't make a difference, right? Quicksilver's dashback animation shouldn't, when you look at the code, be causing defenders to be less likely to throw specials. And he's even tested a couple changes based on the theory that it is affecting it, and it hasn't really done anything. So, like, we're still working on that. But, like, that's part of the problem, is that just everything about the AI is so old and so Byzantine and so connected to everything else that just because players go, I don't like that, doesn't mean that we can go, oh, I'm so sorry, sir, and just, like, turn a dial and fix it. I know that's not the most satisfying answer. But to be a little bit more direct, I don't think we're touching Quicksilver's animations. What we want is for Quicksilver's animations to not matter as much as they feel like they do right now. I would also take up Sunspot over Danny Aiden, but the both are solid options. Going back to why I think Korg is better than Korg Unduped is, or sorry, Killmonger is better than Korg Unduped. Korg loses the thorns, which is the main reason not to hit him. Killmonger loses the reverb, sure, but Killmonger is tankier um, without the dupe. Korg's main reason to not parry him is that his rock stacks will go up, but that's only duped, right? Whereas if you parry Killmonger, he gains power. I think it's fundamentally Killmonger is tankier and he gains power throughout the fight in ways that Korg doesn't, and just slows things down that much worse. That's why I think he's better. Um, and yeah, just touching on the, like, defenders doing full combos. Like, again, all of this is random, right? Even like, part of the reason that the game hasn't gone full, as people like to say, Skynet, is because there is built in a chance for the defender to do stupid things, but they don't always do stupid things. And so that's why you get some of these behaviors that it's like, how did they know to do that? Well, they used the information in front of them, right? It's I don't think I'm explaining this perfectly. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an AI expert. And I also need to clarify, when I say I do not actually mean artificial intelligence. Our game does not have an artificial intelligence. Anyone who tells you it's learning does not understand the subject or is being ironic. Both are fine. It is basically just a weighted system of dice rolls. And that's why it's hard to change, but that's also why it's like it's slowly gotten this way, because if we're not doing anything to it and the system making those dice rolls changes, like Unity changes or your phone's architecture changes or the way that we process inputs changes because we're fixing input issues, all of those have an effect, right? Thanks, Misery. That's very kind and I appreciate it. Hey, Amon. Thoughts on my first 7-star crossbones? Is it an unduped crossbones? Because then I just would probably call you maybe a little bit overzealous. But yeah, don't worry about the haters. Crossbones is great. All right, I'm gonna do one more. Let people react to all of that. What was that Alfred voice? I pull that out sometimes. Gotcha. I mean, that's basically what we did, Aman. If you remember the post that talked about how we swapped out the AI system, trying to figure out what I probably just want to get rid of the scorpion. Ascended scorpion is spooky. We put we put out a post saying, "Hey, like we took some of the code out of Unity and put it into our actual game, right?" The only way to do that was to basically rebuild the code from scratch. And that wasn't me. I want to be very clear. That was an engineer who worked long and hard on that. But long and hard in this case is literally measured in years. The thing is that most of that work was aimed at getting the system to parity, right? Not to like fixing it and putting it exactly where we want, but getting it to parity. Um, and so eventually we just kind of had to make a call that this was close enough. It's not exactly it, but it's like this is pretty much what it feels like right now. And now we can start making changes from this foundation. But like we can't actually try and make it perfect and say, okay, ship it, because sorry, thinking, because if we tried to make it fully perfect and fix all of the problems at once, then the resulting game experience would be so different that it would be almost impossible to tease out what were the good and what were the bad changes. Um, that's fine, I guess. It's a chord counter. Domino's gonna be obnoxious. That's kind of surprising. Like, I know they have Torch, but that is a rank 3 boss. I'm fine with this choice. Yeah, exactly, Amon. It's like, it's both from a qualitative design standpoint and from a quantitative engineering standpoint. You don't want to change too much at once. That's just bad science. You, I hate it when the AI is. Speaking of, Oh my god. Speaking of, he decks that. That's fine. I'll just take it. Take care, Abdo. Have a good one. Hmm. As expected. Yeah, I've seen the AI avoid hits by dashing in, but I really do think that that is pretty accidental. Please throw. I was a bit too late on that. Should have been doing that more earlier. Come on. Okay, that's the first time that's happened. Did they use Archangel on Longshot? What the? So in order to stop banning Torch, I just need a rank 3 7-star mob. Yeah, I can't really speculate on that, Amon, and not because like anybody's keeping my mouth shut. If they, if I did know, I'd probably be keeping my own mouth shut, but I also don't know. I can't imagine the effort it would take to fully migrate this game out of Unity, so my guess is no, but we certainly weren't happy. Answering Sora's question, I don't think there was ever really a chance that we would kill the game over the possibility of us not being able to refactor the AI. Like, that is what engineers are paid for. We just had to move that code out of Unity. That's not really true, Pika. Take a bit here. I'll leave some of the rest, but I'm curious. Do I have enough to get over the line? Yeah. Does that give me the ability to take anything up? Like, I'm not going to take this one. I'm just looking. Okay, so I'm at 4. That's important. So it's going to be a while. But if I can focus on those and not use them on anything else, I can take my second relic to rank 2. Certainly was one of the Battlegrounds matches of all time. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend that was pretty. Yeah, I understand him on. If you dash in really early on the special, the defender whiffs the first hit. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff with hitboxes and animations, right? But I'm trying to kind of differentiate in this conversation between like the AI side of things, the actual decision making, and like what they're allowed to do with inputs, and then just animation weirdness. Yeah, I can't like that's not the kind of thing I can talk about, William. To Domino's the ban button. She's certainly annoying. I get what Easy's saying. There are a lot of counters. I still think she's a little on the egregious side, but that is one way to make a long-term defender. I guess we can open some of those crystals. Serious question, Tigra or Kushala to rank 4 so I can test her on Battlegrounds? If you're good with Tigra, I think she's still probably the superior DPS hose to Kushala. But there are definitely things Kushala can do that she can't. Not gonna complain about that. Units are units. Where am I on? Honestly, I could probably sell all of the 6-star pieces. But like I'm one away. Probably should sell the 5-star pieces. Do I have a 5-star plat pool? I feel like I must. Yeah, I do. Then there's not really a point to getting him again. There's just like the title, right? But I'd rather that come out of a 7-star. I have the 6-star duped. Did I manually dupe him? Can I tell? I don't even know. I should probably sell all of those pieces. Yeah, I guess actually I had a full set and I could have gone and bought another 5-star, but it's better to do this. I don't care that much about the titles or profile pics. Yeah, I think I'm going to sell the 6-star set as well. I don't know, Snoops. There's definitely a chance I did exactly that. Excellent. How many 7-star pieces? 7. Just not the right 7. I had 3 butts at one point, and I sold one of them, so I'm down to 2. So yeah, I'm missing one piece if I can get one of those selectors. When I design champions, where do I get my inspiration? Um, I think the short answer is just from playing this game for so long, right? Because like I play a bunch of battlegrounds, I play a bunch of war, and so there are things that annoy me, things that I want solved, right? Like I was tired of feeling like I didn't really have answers for cosmics on Hazard Shift because Mephisto wasn't really all that great. Mangog and Man Thing weren't really getting it done, etc., right? And so we have Carl. Similarly, like I always thought that what Mojo did with buff duration was a really cool way to handle buffs. And I was like, well, I can't do that on top of the immunities for everything. And I don't want to like deal with the economy, but what if I just target 4 buffs? And so like that's where that comes from, right? I steal a lot in little bits and pieces. Um, the the skill expression part of like Carl's crit rating being better if you land the heavy while the opponent is not stunned. Stole that from Hercules. The idea of carrying that into the rest of the full special as opposed to just the heavy. Stole that from Titania. The way Carl siphons ability power when he blocks while refined. Stole that from Spidey Supreme. Like I could go on. Kate Bishop is basically a love letter to all of the skill champions that I enjoyed playing over the years. I just try and like take the stuff I like and put it together in a new way to answer the stuff I don't like. That makes sense. Going Tiger, I just wanted to hear. Yeah, I don't think that that's. I think that's a very fair choice. Oh, right, couple or one Paragon Crystal. Hey, I'll take a 6-star. Are we getting a 7-star selector at any point? It would show up as one of those booster packs, right? Or was it just the one that we got at the start? Maybe here? No, that's just for the 6-star. Okay, so I need a second rate booster pack. Yeah, I guess we're not doing that. That's fine. Come what may. Energy resist on base kit for the last two champ. Where do I come up with that? Well, there's a fair amount of energy resist in Mystic already. Like Purgatory specifically has 40%, Sorcerer has like what, 30%, Maw has, what is Maw's base value? No, not that. There you go, 24%. Like there's a bunch in Mystic already. And so I just figured it's like, all right, she has all of this energy damage. She was pulling specifically from the sorcerers for inspiration anyway. Like there is definitely some stuff from Sorcerer Supreme in there. And so it was like it makes sense for her to have energy resist. Might as well be high so she can slow down Torch. Not even gonna lie. That was part of it. And then Photon is just a unique science character, right? Because so much of the science class is based on physical damage. They have physical resistance, they deal physical damage. She kind of had to be the inverse, and I felt like it made sense for her to resist energy as well as deal it. Yeah, Chavez is another one. Slayer and I are both putting in work with Kashala. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. I hope I can pick her up soon. Always feel like I'm playing Absorbing Man wrong, but I'm putting in the work. Always seem to lack damage even after medium light, medium heavy special. I mean, he's not a super heavy damage character, bluntly. He is more utility who just can spike. Um, yeah, I would probably have to see the fight to see what was going on, but you're probably not playing it that far off from where it should be. Like if I use him against Killmonger, it's not quick. That's a lot of attackers' damage. Yeah, Captain Marvel has only 20%. That's fine. She also ramps off it. That was something I specifically chose not to do with Photon because it's such a swingy effect on Captain Marvel. Is there energy damage present? Well, then I go nuts immediately. And it makes sense for the character, but I didn't want to deal with that again. I always focus on playing Carl, and then I'm surprised the Defender drops dead. Yeah, that sounds accurate, especially in questing. I was surprised Photon was bleed immune. Yeah, I can definitely understand why. Because she looks human, but there's so many scenes in the comics like of her going intangible, highlighting that she's like not human, she's made of light, all of that kind of stuff. And so at one point one of the other designers asked like, does she have blood? Which was always our go-to reason for people not bleeding, right? Like Groot, Man Thing, early robots. Lack of blood means immune to bleed, right? So it made sense for her, and it just has the bonus of locking out Archangel and Nick Fury and a few others. Anywho, um, I'm gonna go ahead and log off. Need to get to bed. Driving to see some family tomorrow for Thanksgiving, so I probably won't be streaming again until maybe Saturday afternoon. But I will see y'all then. Take care.